Hi, thanks for joining again today. I've had many more requests for golf videos. We're going to use the foam roller today to improve the mobility in your spine, shoulders, and hips for a greater range of motion and stronger swing. Let's start by rolling out our lats. So Latissimus dorsi means longest back muscle and longest or largest. You're just going to lie on your side on your foam roller. And have the foam roller pretty high up in your armpit. It's not going to be in your arm, it's going to be in your rib cage. Other arm can just rest wherever you'd like. And you're going to take a moment to settle into this. So I've got my bottom hand propping up the head. You really want to take some time to allow your body to sink into the roller. And then you'll start to rock a little bit forward, so towards the pec, and a little bit back towards the lat. And we'll just keep moving like that. It should feel kind of like a deep tissue massage sensation. If your roller is too hard, this can be excruciating. And you can either just use a softer roller if you have one, but if you do not have a softer roller, you can put a blanket or a towel over the roller to soften it. And once you feel like you've loosened up the area that you're on, we'll move down. But if you find a good tender spot, you can do little rocks forward and back on it. So this will also start to release the serratus anterior and some of the oblique muscles. And then we'll slide the roller just a little bit down. We'll probably do about 3 sections. And you'll continue to rock forward and back. And when you're foam rolling, you want to go really slow. If you go quickly, the muscles will just kind of harden and move over the roller without releasing. But the more slowly you move, the more the muscles will have time to melt and release. So your latissimus muscles attach to the pelvis, a diamond-shaped band of fascia around the low mid-back, and also to your upper arm, your humerus. And releasing these muscles will help release some tension in the shoulders, maybe even the neck. But what we're really going for here for your golf game is the mobility of the spine. So you get some good twist, rotation happening in your thoracic spine. Again, and when you find a tender spot, you can pause on that spot, breathe into it, or do little rocks forward and back. And then we'll move the roller down one more section. And you'll rock side to side. Oof, right in the middle is a tight spot for me. Some of you may find more tenderness towards the front when you roll, some of you towards the back, but mine's pretty much right down the sideline of the body, so I'm going to spend some time there. And especially when you get to those really tender, tight spots, you're going to relax the muscles of your face. Keep your jaw and lips soft, the eyes relaxed. Inhaling through your nose. If it feels extra tender and you need to relieve some tension, you can breathe out through the mouth, or like you're fogging a mirror. Otherwise, you'll inhale and exhale through the nose. Okay. Go ahead and sit up. And the next one we're going to do, so I'm going to show you the lat, the inner thigh muscle, the adductor, and then the glute. And then you're just going to start the video again and do the whole thing on the other side. So I just did the left lat. Now we're gonna do the right adductor. So you're gonna place your knee up on top of the roller, and you want the roller to be about perpendicular to the femur, the thigh bone, and the hip bent at approximately 90 degrees. You're just gonna turn your body towards the floor and slide the roller all the way up your inner thigh to your pelvis, and then slide the roller all the way down the inner thigh to your knee. So you can see I'm not so much moving the leg as I am turning the body. So the torso turns towards the floor, and then the torso turns towards the roller. This one can again be really tender. If it's too much and you find yourself kind of gripping and holding yourself up away from the roller, then put a blanket on top of it. And if your leg is starting to inch down the roller, you just have to move it back up so the knee is moving straight out from the hip. And again, you're moving slowly. When you're rolling out your muscles and your fascia, you can think about it like a sponge. So if you move really quickly and you're opening and closing the sponge really quickly, you're taking in a little bit of water and you're releasing a little bit of water. What we're trying to do here is rehydrate the tissue. So you squeeze the sponge out slowly, take a long time to do it, and then you let it slowly expand and it fills completely with water. So moving slowly across those extra tender parts. Maybe you found a spot and you want to go back and forth over it. You can also straighten the leg and bend the knee as you move. So your adductor muscles, your inner thigh muscles, they attach to the pelvis and down your inner thighs to just below the knee, just above the knee. So releasing these muscles can help to give mobility in the hips. All right, find a tender spot, stay on that spot. I like to lie down on my arm for this one, and you're just gonna internally rotate the femur so that the foot goes up to the ceiling, and lower the foot towards the floor. You're externally rotating the femur. We'll just do a couple more like that. Notice if you're gripping anywhere else in your body. I kind of grip in my glute when I'm in a tender spot. So see if you can release those muscles. Only working where it's absolutely necessary. And then you'll find one more tender spot. So again, you'll go all the way up to the pelvis. For a lot of people, the really tender spot is like way up next to the pelvis. Mine are mostly on this side. You're gonna notice it's different on each side. Mine are mostly down by the knee. So now I'm gonna do just above the knee. We'll do a couple more internal, external rotations. And if you feel like a hump, like your muscles kind of jump over the roller, see if you can let your leg be a little heavier. Just means those muscles need to release. And there's a spot right there. I'm gonna go little movements up and down on that spot. And then roll a little bit in and out on that spot. Okay, so again, you're gonna rewind this and start over from the beginning to do the other side. And now let's move on to the glutes. So this is gonna be the last one that we're gonna do. So you'll lean back, you'll sit on the roller, you'll lean back onto your hands. You can have your fingers pointing forward or maybe just a little bit out. You'll cross your ankle over your knee. I've got my left ankle crossed over the knee. I'm just gonna rock side to side. So this one is targeting, because I have my left ankle crossed over the knee in the number 4 shape, it's targeting my left glute for the most part. But you can get a little bit of right glute in there too. If this feels too tender, you can lie on your back with the roller underneath your pelvis and do the same thing. Your pelvis would be elevated on the roller if you're lying on your back. And you might find spots where you want to go up and down. Maybe there's a spot you want to pause or just do a little shimmy back and forth. Find some good tender spots. There's usually some way out on the outer hip by the greater trochanters. And then you can rewind and start over. I hope that helps improve your mobility throughout the day while you're golfing. Have a good day.